Hey everybody, welcome to yet another episode of My Two Cents, where I'm going to be sitting here for the next few minutes. I'm Tony Young, and I just felt the need that I would just start blogging and maybe put this out there so then maybe Coach Strong see he got some support out there in the neighborhood that he didn't realize he had. So see, because a lot of people watch the games and they don't realize what they're actually seeing. It's one thing to just come there and cheer, but give them some insight. Let them know what they're seeing. Talk to them a little bit, because some people just don't understand the game. Now, earlier we talked about different things, and I think the last time we visited, we talked a little bit about offense. Well, tonight, I'm going to try to show you a base defense that I see the Cardinals play a lot, and it's called a 4-2-5. A 4-2-5 is a really simple defense if you really just understand what you're seeing, rather than just try to pick it out of the crowd and say, oh, I don't know what they're doing, they're just running around. I'm going to give you an opportunity to see how it works, okay? So sit back, relax, and take in information, and we'll just go from there, okay? Let me get a drawing board going, and we're going to have some fun for a few minutes. It's going to show you how to look at the University of Louisville's defense. Now, what I have on the board right now describes to you what their basic offense the majority of the teams are running now, with 3 to 4 wideouts, couple of guys. Well, basically, it's a one-back offense. It's more of a passing offense. You can run from it, but it's based to be able to spread out the defense and make you back off the line of scrimmage, because the potential to go downfield with the two guys, you see two sets of two way out away from the group in the center. Those guys had a potential to run down the field and catch passes. If they can get down there and catch passes, then big things will happen for their particular program. Now, since most teams run an offense like this, I want to show you how the University of Louisville basically sets up their defense, so when you watch the games, you'll understand exactly what you're seeing. Basically, what they do is they set up what you call a 4-2-5 or a 3-3-5, whichever one is more convenient for you to call it, but it's all in appearance, but they all have the same function. Now, I'm going to try to build it for you so then you'll understand what you're seeing when you see it, okay? Now, the first thing is you have your lineman. You're going to place a lineman on top of the guard, right by the tackle, on top of the guard, and maybe on the tackle. Okay, now, when you have that, that's your 4 down linemen. Their job is to put pressure on the offensive line and to keep them honest. Don't let the guy run through the middle. That keeps the spread offense from being too versatile by running the ball when you're expecting to pass. Now, when you have that, you also have to realize that you have to defend the run. So you have 2 linebackers, basically, which will line up in this gap area right here in the center, because there's nobody in the middle. You just have the 2 guys line up behind the tackles, and they're basically there to cover for each other. Now, as you can see, now we have 6 to 11 guys on the field. Now, I know you're wondering, where do the other guys come in at? Remember I told you the 2 guys on the outside? And the 2 guys on the outside had a potential to go downfield and catch the ball. So what they normally does, and Louisville is really getting better at this, it's a real hard defense, but it's called press coverage. Press coverage, you hear that term a lot, is basically man-to-man coverage from the 80s. What it means is one man on one man, don't let him catch the ball. So you'll see him line a man out here with him, out here with him, out here with him, out here with him. Okay, now, that accounts for all 4 of the wideouts, that accounts for the run game in the center, and you've got the 2 linebackers backing up the down linemen. Now, you're wondering, that's 11 on 10. Where's the other guy going to come in? The other guy is going to be your safety. He's the last line of defense. He's in the middle of the field, parallel with the center, quarterback. That way he's there for support. He's there for support. Should the team try running the ball in this area, he's here for support. If you get past a pass route that may come into the area, he's there to defend. If the man has to come back on the opposite side, they're here to defend on both sides. He's to cover the deep man. So basically, you're going to see this a lot when you watch the University of Louisville, because that covers that man-to-man all the way across the board. Is what keeps people from going downfield and scoring on them. Now, should you come up with mistakes, as with FIU FIU put a man right here, was T.Y. Hilton. You saw that the game we lost because this man, he made the move. This man is what they call, he plays soft coverage. Soft coverage, press coverage, two different things. Here's the difference. These men are right up on each other. That's press coverage. Should this man move back, say back so far here, that's soft coverage. He's giving him more space because he has more speed, and he's trying to respect the speed by giving him space to make the defensive play. Okay? When you saw FIU do this and they backed off number 4, he had the room to make his move, and he came into the hole, this open area, caught the ball, and proceeded to score a touchdown. So, what we've had to do as a team, we've had to improve on our pass defense by enabling these guys here to come back up closer to the line, play that press coverage, like he said before, play that press coverage, get up on the man, not give him his space. Hopefully we get good penetration from these guys because their job is simple. He's got to come here, this was coming here, this was coming across, that was coming down there. Their job is to contain. They're attacking and containing right at that point. If they do that, the quarterback has to hurry and get rid of the ball because he has to make a drop and come back out of the way. These linebackers, they come over on either side because they know this is my side of the field and that's his side of the field. These guys are tied up 1-to-1, 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 and safety. If you have that kind of coverage, you should be okay for the most part. Me personally, I think it has its disadvantages. It has disadvantages because you're too spread out. I think you're too spread out. When you spread that much out, you put yourself in a liability because if your guys aren't good tacklers, big plays can occur. It's happened in the past. We've seen it happen. I don't want to see it happen in the future. So that's a simple explanation of what you see as far as the U of L defense. That's called a 4-2-5 press coverage. Okay, so when you see them, when you see the cornerbacks, when you see these 4 guys out here, close to the line, close to these men, it's called press coverage. When you see these guys back up with a space in between the two of them, that's soft coverage. If they play soft, they tend to give away yards. If they play press, they tend to not give away yards. But in order to keep them giving away yards, you have to be able to keep up with your man. If you cannot keep up with your man, bad things are going to happen. T.Y. Hilton did it on us 2 or 3 times. Hit us for big pass yards. Why? Because we gave him too much space. We played soft coverage, and we had poor tackling. As a result, 77-yard touchdown, 80-yard runs, big plays just keep abounding. But that's why we work the 5-2-4 defense. In a minute, I'll show you one more defense, and then we'll call it. Well, y'all know what that was about. I brought the 4-2-5 to you. That showed you how basic defense that you'll see Louisville plays against pass defenses. That's what pass offenses, this is what they like to work. The 4-2-5 seems to be the base offense, base defense when they go ahead and play some passing teams. Tonight, we saw that. I'll be back and I'll show you some more and I'll give you some insight on some different things. We go offense, defense, offense, defense. You got offense, you got defense. We'll be back on the next trip with maybe a little bit of offense next time. So hang in there. Tonight is just my 2 cent worth.